back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
The Bucs at 500, sitting at 5-5. Well, they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
7 yards there and a first down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Stratton. Hard throw, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 4th down, Stratton. Open man has got it. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Now Jones. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Throwing Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this is going to be intercepted.
picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On 1st and 10, Stratton. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones steps away. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 82 yards.
And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week, and here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Beginning on the ground with Patterson.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And complete to Drake London. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. That one goes for 8 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
first and 10. It's Patterson. And space tough to come by there. So we get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers. Possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Fournette, a first down carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Inside handoff now to Fournette.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Stratton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Up the gut, Fournette. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. After the penalty, it's Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
On 4th down, Stratton. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. They'll give it to Patterson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Jones now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. First down, here's White. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, Stratton.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And Charles, we'll see what...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. On 2nd and 2, Jones looking for Shepard deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense. Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Stratton looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They'll try and throw for it here. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now Jones on 1st down. Oh, he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the...
He's got a man complete. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Buccaneers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. Able to spin free. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Jones to throw on third down. Got him in, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably going out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He finds his man, complete. That's Patterson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here we go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Throwing to start the drive. Stratton. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Lorenzo Carter in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Stratton. And this one caught by Cameron Brate.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. On 4th down, Stratton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward.
And the Buccaneers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Operating from the gun. Stratton. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll give Fournette another crack. And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Bucs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have, because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On first down, going back to Patterson.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Again, Patterson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
In motion, left Shepard. Patterson running between the tackles. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Levante David in on the tackle. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. And now here's another interception.
Picked up by... The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally...
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, 47 yards.
And the Buccaneers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown!
John Fitzpatrick,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Koo, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Throwing on first down. Stratton, pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now Patterson to start the drive. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Let's go. Straight ahead, Patterson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. The 30. 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a...
And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's Jones on third down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's at cruise control right now, and so is his team.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this?